Hate might be too strong of a word, too much of an emotion, but I still sincerely dislike the virtue as a ride. As art, it's 5 stars that needs to be showcased on a pedestal. But as a ride, it just can't rate any higher than a 2-star wanted level whip. Time to put this ride back in the garage. Maybe not for a full year, but definitely an easy 6 months. Hey, what up, what up? Last year, for April Fool's, I reviewed a free vehicle that I consider the most useless ride I own, the Ocelot Virtue. And besides pulling out for a few pictures here and there, I haven't driven this POS since. This year, though, I decided to go in the opposite direction. Another free vehicle that is honestly one of the most useful rides you can not only garage for free, but one that makes you money. Passively. Today, we're putting the Brickade 6x6 through some real world challenges. We're not testing it as a business. Everyone else has done that. No. We're doing what no one else has done, and we're testing it as a ride. And by no one else, I mean I haven't seen anyone else do this. So, without further ado, this is AMJ Custom Garage. I'm your driver, AMJ. Let's get to it. And here we are into the freak shop. Alright, and here we are at the freak shop because of the fact that this is the Acid Lab. It does not fit inside the garage, and you can't mod in the garage. You have to do it only here at the freak shop. So, let's get to work on it. Mod in the Acid Lab. Abbott, already done like always. The Acid Lab, being the Acid Lab, has got Acid Lab specific upgrades. Acid Lab, Acid Lab, Acid Lab, Acid Lab. So, first things first, Acid Lab equipment, that's already on because this is a business. You're going to have to just put up with Mutt because he just loves to talk, even though I'm talking. Armor plating, we're definitely putting that on. We're putting on the heavy armor. That's all we've got, no armor or heavy armor. So, that's on. Proximity mines, I'm gonna leave that off for this specific build for you, but I normally run the EMP. And ram weapon, let's see here, what do we got? That's nice, that's nice. This is the one I believe I'm gonna go with. The large scoop is just too much. Probably works better, but it looks like a train on tires. So heavy ram it is. Horn. I think.
You like dancing? I can always tell.
Oh, they changed the key, the tune. I think it's the key. It's fine. I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. Lights. I think I'm actually gonna leave them the way they are too. Let's go down to respray first, or I'm gonna do the colors first because I want to do that before I get to the delivery. So let's see what we got. I like this. I like the idea of this in a dark color. I don't know if I want to go full on black. So let's see what else we've got. Oh, I mean, that's a nice. I kind of like the midnight. And I think the rest of these are just colors. Wine red. That looks black. What was that? That was gold. I mean, the blues are alright, the blues and greens, but What was that? Harbor Blue. I kind of like the Harbor Blue on that. Let's see here. I'm going to put on Harbor Blue for right now. And then for the secondary, which I'm hoping is the bottom. Yeah. Ooh, the Midnight Purple. Let's see here. I'm going to flip through all of these real quick. I mean, now that I've got the Harbor Blue, I'm kind of trying to match it with that. Let's see. Let's go back up to that Midnight Silver real quick. See which one out of the two I like better. And then we will stick with that. Oh, I like the Midnight Blue. No, I mean the Midnight Silver. All right, yeah. I think I'm going to go with Midnight Silver on both top and bottom. Go, 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 go. Got to go all the way back around the horn like the little piggy said. Midnight Silver, where is it? All right, Midnight Silver.
Whoa,
what else? Suspension. Normally I would leave this up. And it really doesn't appear to be much of a difference between top and bottom. But because we're going to race this, let's lower that suspension, transmission, turbo, wheels. Let's see here. This being as badass as it is, I'm going to go off-road and see what we've got in here. Oh, I kind of like the Nevis. I've seen those before in Muscle, I want to say. Here they're drag SPL. Are they the same amount of Alright, I'm just gonna stick with the Nevis. I'm cool with that. I want them to be yes.
Okay, between us,
alright, I'm liking that. Oh wait, up tires. Let's put on the bulletproof, which that's how bulletproof is already on there. Finally, windows. I mean, this is the Acid Lab. We're going all the way dark on those. This is Breaking Bad style. All right. Livery. All right, let's see if there's anything worthwhile in here. Brickade 6x6 is kind of cool. Well, you can't even read that one. And, of course, you can't see it on this side. I just love the mod system in this. Yeah. That's alright. Main labs and research, again covered up. I remember not liking most of the... This is the only one that's worthwhile. But I don't think I want to advertise it because this, again, is my Acid Lab. Alright, now that we've got that settled, let's get this outside so we can take a look and see what we've got. And then I can't wait to get to the canal for the Grease Lightning run. That's going to be some fun. I can't wait to run this. This is going to be some fun. Alright, we are outside. Let's take a look and see what we got. There's really not much that was visually changed on the Brickade 6x6. Well, I think the bike was always back there. I'm not actually positive. The X squares are the armor plating. And then, of course, there is the tires and the ram scoop. And, of course, the armor plating over the windshield. And besides that, this is a standard 6x6. So, let's get inside, I guess. You know, to be honest with you, I don't think I've ever seen the inside of this thing. I've never driven first person. This is actually, wow, this is really nice in here. I've never been in first person. Oh, you even got a little side window back there. I've never noticed that on the outside. This is really nice. I wasn't expecting this. I was expecting something more like utilitarian, like the Patriot or something. We'll start with the dash. This is about as low as you can go by looking down. We got the tack on the left, speedo on the right, up on the top, and then I can see looks like fuel directly under the tack, and I don't know, maybe water or something. There's oil and blah blah blah, whatever. Bunch of switches to the left and to the right of the steering wheel. We've got a fancy CD player all the way at the top right of the center console. The rest of them, I can't figure out what they are. I don't know, CB and stuff like that. Little plush seats. I think I spy a roll-up window crank. That seems a little out of place in here. And then such a nice little headboard back here. Oh, and there's even a glass roof. I gotta look at this. There's a glass roof on this? There sure is. I've never paid attention to this thing before. I can't show you the engine. Can't open the trunk. And because this is the working version, there is no back inside seating or anything like that. It is Mutt's, we'll just call it mobile office. So, with that being said, I guess let's get down to the canal and get to the Grease Lightning. I guess that's one way to get down there. Alright, here we are. Back down in the Los Santos Canal. Let's line this up. Alright, here we are. Back down Los Santos Canal. And we got the big body 6x6 with us. And of course, we're here for the Grease Lightning. Now, to be honest with you, I don't know how greased or how lightning this run's going to be, but we're going to give it a try anyways. I don't know what this is going to do. I know this is going to be slow. Let's find out. What we're doing here is we're doing a sort of drag run. The Grease Lightning is from this end of the Los Santos Canal all the way down to the far, far, far end where there is a single set of barrels. There's some lefts, some rights, no ups, no downs, no kids playing ball, no dogs in the street. Once we get through the barrels, if we can get this into the pool, that's where we're going to end it. So let's find out how we do. 3, 2, 1, mark. Okay, that was definitely a slow-ass acceleration. I don't even know if that can be defined as acceleration. I wonder where this is going to line up with the peyote. Put your bets in now. Is this above or below the peyote as far as the Grease Lightning goes? I can see the hoop bridge. It seems like we've already gotten up to top speed. I'm impressed by that too. Coming up under an overpass. There's the hoop bridge. This is slow. I can feel it. This is taking forever. I wonder what's going to be worse, this or the peyote. Alright, there's the barrels and across the line. Oh, would you look at that. Not only did it lose to the peyote by 2 seconds, but it also isn't the slowest ride. The Cleek Wagon, who would have guessed? Off to the slalom. Back down at the pier. Oh, a little hard there. Back down at the pier for the slalom, or what's going to represent a slalom. We are taking the Brickade 6x6 up through the poles to the far end of the parking lot. Once we get there, we are gonna 30-point turn, I'm guessing this thing around, back through the poles again down to this side, where another 30-point turn is going to happen before we power hard up on the right-hand side. Spin it one last time. I really hope we can get this done. Sling it back through the poles and across the line back to here. Let's see how this goes. 3, 2, 1, mark. Oh, yeah. Well, I haven't hit any of them yet. And now the length of the Brickade has gotten the best of it. Oh, this is pathetic. All right, got it around. Yep, too much gas there. Now I'm out of sorts again. To maneuver. And whew. But this is just as bad as at least I can 180 this thing. A little further. There we go. All right. This is just as bad as you would imagine it would be. Can we slide it? Nope, not really. And this thing, nope, back up. All right. Last time down. Almost there. Snake it. Oh. And cross the line. That wasn't a slalom. I don't know what it was besides a mess. Off to Fort Z. Alright, we are back down at Fort Z. We're going to line this up for the brake test. I'm expecting this to actually do really well on the brake test. Slow speed, even with bad brakes, usually means quick stop. And I'm just going to call that parked there. This clearly doesn't matter. What we're doing here is we're going to run the Brickade all the way down from this set of blue lights all the way down to the far end of the runway where there is another set of blue lights. Once we get there, we're slamming on the brakes and we're going to pray that this thing stops. No, I'm kidding. Like I said, I think this is going to be a good stop. I think this is going to be a great run. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, mark. There's that slow takeoff, but that V12 is working hard to get up to speed. There's the first 30 right there. Let's throw on the high beams. I love them. This thing looks awesome. All right, there's the second 30. You can start to see the blue lights. I think there's been other rides that have been a little slower than this. There they are, nice and bright. Let's hit it. I told you. I told you. No speed, even with bad brakes, is going to equal excellent stopping distance. Except for when there's cars in the way. Clearly, well within inside the brake box. I didn't expect anything else. I'm going to have to put up in comparison the title holder, which, is it the Urus? No. I don't remember what it is, but I'll put it up here. I'll find out what it is. I'll put it up here, and we'll hold them in comparison. On to the Cannonball Run. Let's get down to Rogers, Salvage, and Scrap. Here we are, back down at Rogers, Salvage, and Scrap, and we're here for the Cannonball Run. But not just any ordinary Cannonball Run. We're here for the event I know everybody's waiting for. This isn't for time, it ain't for glory, it's for the fun of it. We're going to run the 6x6 from the south side of town all the way through the middle of downtown Los Santos. Straight up the middle of the town, we're going to hit the hill climb. We're going to get to the chicanes, get to the top, and come back down through the follow-through. We're going to then go past the refinery, under the bridge, into Stab City. So let's get to it. 3, 2, 1, mark. Oh, there's that poor mobility. Got it around the corner. All right, here we go. Starting to pick up speed. Yeah, this thing's picking up a lot. I'm liking it. All right, we're coming up into the bunny hop. Oh, shit. Oh. Damn. My bad about that. That was, alright, our first right. Ooh. He was in the way. That was clearly his fault. That wasn't mine. First left, here we go. Oh, this guy's gonna get in the way too. Coming through! Oh, that's your fault. You saw me coming. Ooh, that was just a bit nasty. Oh, well, I don't know where I was at, but here we are at D's. We're coming up to the ramps. This is number 1 here. That was very little hop there. I don't imagine. Oh, that wasn't bad. Usually there's a car up here, no one there. Perfect. All right, we got full speed up this hill. Let's see if we can clear the intersection. I don't even know if we left the ground. It's just in the way. He was. Oh my God. That was nasty. All right, let's get through Geico Corner into the hill climb. Out the way. Not bad, not bad. It's holding the speed a lot better than the peyote did. Oh, out the way. Out the way. Those screams of terror. Oh, or agony. However you want to call it. Alright. Coming up to the... Where was he going? Move. Move. To the top of the hill. Here we are. Alright. We're going to be coming down now. Whew. It's a lot harder than you would think. Here into the chicanes. I tried to hold the e-brake, but there was no sliding whatsoever. It's just really a loss of speed. Out of the chicanes into Blind Man's Curve. Oh, nope. Wait, too far. Okay, I'm going to shut up for a second so that we can really hear this engine. Here we go. Into the follow through. Oh, can't. Actually, there we go. Onto the street. Alright, perfect. Normally, we'd like to talk about quality of life with the vehicle in this section. And I gotta say, as an actual vehicle and not a business, the Brickade is a terrible, terrible vehicle. The Brickade 6x6 is just too difficult to maneuver, too difficult to drive, difficult to own. I mean, most of us, we just pull it out of the freak shop, park it someplace, and then get to work, right? This is a ride that you can't corner. It's got very low top speed. Oh, the cops are actually after me. I've caused too much damage, I guess. Oh, I gotta say, that was that guy's fault. He was stopped in the middle of the road. Alright, into Stab City and across the line. That was a lot harder than you would think. Alright, that was fun. That was fire. That was a great Cannonball Run. Slow ass time, but a lot of fun. Let's get back to town and get to final thoughts. So, this is going to be a weird final thoughts. We're rating the 6x6. Not the business, not the hype, just as a ride. And as a ride, it's like gas station sushi without an expiration date from March 2025. It's terrible. It has the worst grease lightning run ever, and I know that's going to stand for a long time. And the slalom? An absolute disaster. So much slop on the pier that he basically couldn't complete it, and the only saving grace for this big body was the brake test, which was exceptional, but let's be real. That's not a perk, that's just heavy weight and low speed holding hands and skipping down the runway till one of them trips over the other. Lastly, there's the Cannonball Run. And this is where the Brickade 6x6, even with all these weaknesses, wakes from its slumber and becomes a different type of beast. Like when He-Man points his sword at Cringer and then he becomes Battle Cat. If you know, you know. So let me make this make sense for you, because I'm sure you're wondering, how can I sing any praises about this rolling mountain, because it has the slowest time of all. It still corners like a building on wheels, and the brakes didn't, well, break any better. But the ability to just muscle other rides out of the way is where the fun comes in. Most rides thrill and excite by their agility, top speed, or even acceleration. But the 6x6 makes driving fun by pretending to be Godzilla on 6 wheels. There's a terrible ride with a high fun factor. And once it gets up to speed, there is literally no stopping it. It brings a whole new meaning to smash and go. The destruction it leaves in its wake is satisfying like no other. Reminds me of the opening of Amazing Spider-Man 2 with the Rhino and the tow truck pumped in the middle of downtown New York. You know the scene. My final thought about this ride is that it's like a dinosaur. It would be cool to see one in a contained space, but it would be a nightmare to have to live with one on a day-by-day. The 6x6 the same thing. There's a reason why you only come across another one on the side of the road. It's where they belong. But unfortunately, the 6x6 is a necessary 1-star evil. Happy April Fools, y'all. Now, how the hell am I going to get out of here? Oh, that's right. I'm in a 6x6. Time to find the next ride. Alright, now that's it. That's the end of the review. And if you stuck around this far into the vid, that means 2 things. 1, you know what's up. And 2, you must enjoy what you saw. So if you're feeling it, if you can do some of those familiar YouTube things of like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell a friend, show your teacher, invite your dog, I don't care. Just let us know you're riding with us, and all that jazz is greatly appreciated and helps with the channel. As always, here's a hint for the next Ep's ride. And we must be getting into the top-down season because we've got another ride with no top. That's probably more of a hint than what you needed. Till then, though, I'll catch you in the mean streets of Los Santos. Later.